Good, man. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. I am super excited to be here. This is the AP3 Paint Protection here in Marietta, Georgia. I'm with Tiaan. We were talking about getting, paint protection film done on my car, the Model X, and maybe ceramic coating. We have a good mutual friend, Kim Java, and she highly recommended that I, check them out and get my work done on my vehicle through these guys. So very excited to be here.
I'd start with basically asking you, what do you know about paint protection film?
All I know is that the film protects the paint.
Duh.
And also if there's debris or, road chips or whatever, it protects that too.
Well, that's a great start.
Okay.
So yeah, the primary purpose of the product is to act as a sacrificial skin, keeping your car in the wrapper, so to speak.
Absolutely,
and so that's really the intended purpose of the product, is preserving the paint, preserving that new car look. So your typical wrap is actually what we call a full front. That's your hood, bumper, headlamps, fenders, A-pillars, mirrors. It's all these front-facing panels.
Right.
And that's in the gloss film. So you really can't tell that only the front of the car is wrapped, because once installed, the film is basically invisible. Now, if you wanted to use the stealth film, that actually transforms the finish to matte.
Okay.
And so you can't do just the front of the car. You then wrap the entire exterior, and it gives you this matte look while also shielding the paint. One of the things that really differentiates our shop is that we do a full paint prep, prior to installing the products. I'm gonna take a clay bar, which is also part of our process here, before we apply the film. And just this area right here. All right, now check it out. Put your hand right here, and then put your hand right here. What do you feel?
All right, so one is way smoother than the other.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So even a car that appears clean
Right.
has all sorts of deep-seated contaminants in the clear coat that are invisible to the naked eye but are removed in the clay barring process.
Yeah.
So much of what makes for a great paint protection film install happens before we're ever laying film on the car, which is that paint prep process: clay bar, decontamination, even minor polishing to remove any existing scratches and swirls.
Okay.
And then once the paint's in pristine condition, we wrap it and seal it in forever with the film.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and install this matte piece of film for you. So it's pretty subtle, right?
Yeah. I actually really like the look of this. This is really nice.
For some reason, the stealth film does actually enhance the pearl effect. And I think with the stealth film, not only do you get the enhanced pearl flake, but then additionally, what makes it really nice is that it also makes a lot of the body lines on the car pop.
Would I still need ceramic coating since it's already going to be protected?
Yeah, that is the most common question we're asked. What is the difference between PPF and ceramic coating?
Okay.
As you saw, PPF is actually a physical plastic wrap shielding the paint from anything, rock chips, the environment, scratches. PPF is not going to make your car necessarily easier to clean. In fact, the film has a top coat that's similar to automotive clear coat. And so you wash it, wax it, ceramic coat it, all the same as you would bare naked paint. And ceramic coating is a liquid formula. So it's not a physical barrier that's going to prevent scratches or chips. So that liquid formula is hand applied, similar to a wax, and it gives you a lot of the same benefits of the wax. The surface is just incredibly smooth to the touch and makes it so much easier to wash and dry and maintain the car.
Do you think a window tint is important for Teslas or any vehicles?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, doubly so for your car because you have the wide interior. So like you said, it really feels like a fishbowl in there when you don't have window tint.
Yeah.
So I'd say one of the most primary reasons folks get their car tinted is not only for privacy, but also here in Georgia, our summers get really, really hot. And so your traditional window tints from years past really only gave privacy as well as blocking UV light, which is good. Keeps you from getting UV light on your skin. But they didn't block infrared light. And that's one of the primary sources of the hot feeling while you're driving. And so the more modern films that XPEL has are called nanoceramic window films, basically heat rejecting tint. And so these multi-layered films block UV, they block infrared, and they block as much visual light as you want, when it comes to privacy. So that three-pronged attack of blocking all three types of light keeps you cool while also adding to privacy. So it's really nice to have.
Now, do you guys do Model X where you guys cover the entire windshield?
Yeah, so if you have a team of installers, you can actually do a full one-piece windshield tint. It takes an extremely high degree of technical expertise because not only does this massive surface area need to be heat shrunk to the shape of the glass, but you actually need then 3 people to transfer the pre-shrunk film onto the windshield. There's a little bit of light disassembly that needs to happen with that rear view mirror housing. We use tools like soak ropes and whatnot to limit where moisture goes, because you don't want to harm any of the electronics or computers in the car that would be extremely sensitive to water.
I really like the look when it's just completely uniform. So let's definitely go for that as well.
Awesome.
All right, Tiaan. So a lot of people who drive Teslas have been asking me about getting the seats coated, because technically the seats are already like perforated, I believe. But do you think there's additional coating that's needed to protect the seats furthermore?
Yeah, so that's really dependent on your lifestyle. If you like to wear dark jeans, you have a lot of passengers in your car, it's definitely a great idea to protect the seats.
Okay.
Like you mentioned, Tesla from the factory has a protective coating on the seats that make them already pretty easy to clean.
Okay.
However, on a car like yours with the white seat option, you definitely want to maximize the coating on the seat to make it so that it never gets stained.
Okay.
Because obviously it's a pretty expensive fix to have to either replace the seat or have it professionally repaired. But there's a ton of surface area in here that you want to keep looking nice. So obviously when your passengers step in, you have all those black plastics there, these sort of high bolsters here, the seats themselves. And so, you know, the main difference between the exterior ceramic coating and the interior ceramic coating is that, you know, the interior coating is formulated to bond to these sorts of substrates, plastics, leather, fabrics, making it all super easy to maintain. You get it for the same reason you have an exterior coating on the car. You want it to be easy to wash and clean.
I do recommend this. If you are thinking about keeping your car long term, I don't see why not getting this coated as well.
One week later.
A week ago, I dropped off my Model X so that AP3 could give it a PPF, ceramic coating, window tinting. Tiaan texted me last night that the car is ready for me to pick up. So I'm here at AP3, super excited to go check it out. Wow, this is nice. This is really nice. What's really interesting is that the pearl effect that the paint has actually seems to, I mean, it looks like it's heightened with this matte stealth finish. It's very smooth too. It's like buttery smooth.
Yeah, that's the cool part about it, having both PPF and ceramic coating, is that the surface just feels as smooth as a baby's bottom. So you have a ton of contrasting features. And the cool thing about those gloss black areas is we put the gloss film on them. Car just attacked you. So the camera housing, your mirror stocks, all this window trim has protective film on it.
So Tesla is now removing the T badge on the Model S and Model X. So because they're doing that for more of that minimal modern look, I asked Tiaan and his team to remove it for me. So they have done that. Let's check that out.
If we remove this emblem, which we do anyway for the wrap, it's just you asked us not to install it back over the wrap. And the same goes for the plaid right here.
The fact that the Tesla is spelt out here as well looks really cool. I'm actually really digging this look. I'm just glad that the pearl effect shows. Like for me, that's what I really liked about the white paint color, and the fact that you can still see it. If not, it looks more. So
definitely. I mean, I'm just staring right now at this area and all of the flake and pearlescent in the paint. Like you said, it almost looks enhanced. Which is great, because the last thing you want to do is hide that.
Absolutely. Guys, this looks great. So if you're on the fence of, you know, getting PPF in its stealth option, it's something you have to really see in person. But it looks really, really cool. And I think it looks unique also, because there's so many white Teslas out there. And I really like the white color option on Tesla, but I think this kind of makes it stand out a little bit. It's subtle. For sure, but it's nice.
So timeline of all the work that was done on your car after you dropped it off with us, since you did sort of get the Mac Daddy package, you know, the paint protection film, the coating, and the tint. And not only did we wrap all of your white painted panels with the stealth film to give it that matte finish, protected from future rock chips, but we also wrapped several sections with the clear gloss film. So your piano black trim, you know, if you look right here, even this is wrapped.
Oh, wow.
And then obviously the headlamps and fog lamps as well. Your lights are just as vulnerable as actually taking damage and impacts from the road as your painted surfaces are.
Yeah.
So this car is literally in the wrapper now.
Wow.
You won't ever have to worry about accumulating any other new chips or paint damage. And to top it all off, we put a ceramic coating on there to make washing and maintaining it super easy.
Now, can this be taken to an actual car wash, or do you still recommend getting it hand washed with it, you know, now that it's wrapped and everything?
Yeah, so you can take it to an automatic car wash if you're in a pinch.
Okay.
It definitely won't hurt the film.
Okay.
But I wouldn't recommend it for regular washing. Typically, automatic car washes use chemicals, use machinery that's pretty aggressive in cleaning the car.
Okay.
And over time, those harsh chemicals will wear away the coatings and finish of the vehicle.
Okay.
It'll cause it to fade, basically. So if you want to keep it looking nice, hand washing is definitely the way to go.
And then what about the like the window tint itself?
There's 2 levels of nanoceramic tint that we offer here. The first is XR, which is a great film that blocks 88% of infrared light, along with 99% UV.
Okay.
But there is a level above that. The top shelf film is XR Plus, which then, instead of blocking 88, blocks 98% infrared light. So especially, you know, here in a state like Georgia, where it gets extremely hot in the summer, you'll notice the difference in how drastically it cuts down the heat.
And then also for all my viewers, there is a special deal that we have for you guys. Do you want to talk about that?
Sure. If you mention phase, we'll go ahead and upgrade your window tint to the XR Plus. Not a square inch of this car wasn't wrapped with protective film.
That looks really sick. This looks beautiful. I mean, like even the lines, like I'm noticing it right now that they kind of just stand out a lot more than when it was glossy. So
yeah, you definitely, right where we're standing, looking down the side of the car.
Yeah.
Those lines on the door are so sharp.
Oh yeah.
Coming from the camera even, and then the fender flares, it's almost like they stick out a little bit more. It's almost like you put a wide body kit on the car.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for all the hard work, Tiaan, that you and your team did. Like Tiaan said, that if you are interested in getting a window tint, if you mention my name, Vase, they'll upgrade you to the XR Plus. And I think you guys are really going to like the window tint, obviously. But I think more than that, if you are serious about keeping your car long term and you want to keep it clean and, you know, away from scratches and rock chips and stuff, definitely consider getting it, you know, paint protected with PPF and that ceramic coating. It just makes your car look a lot more elegant and clean. Definitely check their website out. I've left everything in the description below, and reach out to Tiaan and his team and they'll do a fantastic job.
Thank you, Vase.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.